Breaking news coming out of Zhukovsky airport outside of Moscow in Russia today, where a prototype of the MC-21/300 aircraft suffered a runway excursion during testing. In a statement from the United Aircraft Corporation of Russia, which are the ones actually building the MC-21, they say that this happened during rejected takeoff testing with a simulated engine failure and during emergency braking. There has been no indication of any technical malfunction. The aircraft has not suffered any severe damage, and the crew, crucially, are perfectly fine. There has been some pictures and some videos released on Twitter and on YouTube, like it always does. And on those pictures, we can clearly see that the aircraft has rolled off to the right of the main runway in Zhukovsky airport. You can also see that only one of the two engines have thrust reversers deployed, and that would indicate potentially that the engine with the thrust reverser deployed was the engine that was still operating during the test. And it also kind of makes sense if you see that it's the left-hand engine that in that case was operating, and the aircraft has veered off to the right of the runway, potentially indicating that it was the asymmetric thrust from the operating engine that could have pushed the aircraft towards the side. Now, like I said, we don't know if this happened due to a technical malfunction of some sort or if this was a handling mistake by one of the test pilots. The United Aircraft Corporation of Russia is saying that they are looking into this and they're going to obviously go to the bottom of it. But what is the MC-21, you might ask yourself, and why do I do this particular news segment? Well, the fact is that the MC-21 I find is a fascinating aircraft, okay? Basically, it was formed, or the United Aircraft Corporation of Russia started back in 2006 looking into the possibility of creating a competitor for the Boeing and Airbus duopoly. Okay, they looked into it, they saw that there is a fairly big internal market in Russia for the kind of range and performance aircraft that Airbus 320 and Boeing 737 was delivering. And they said, why don't we try to build something ourselves, right? Of course, this is being back in 2006. It means that they now have available much more new technology, much better technology. So they were aiming at trying to outperform the Boeing 737 with about 10 to 15% efficiency, making an airliner that could carry 211 people in a one-class configuration, at a range of about 3,200 nautical miles, which is slightly less than the 737 next generation can do. But the kicker here is that because of political reasons and stuff, the Russians have basically built this aircraft entirely by themselves. They have almost reinvented the wheel. Okay, so they, instead of working together with several kind of companies outside of Russia, they've gone in and they have created a state-of-the-art new cockpit. They are using carbon fiber technology for the wings and their tailplane. And they built what looks to me to be a really competent aircraft. All right? And the kicker is that the list price is expected to be between $35 to $40 million, which is almost half, or sometimes less than half, of the price of a 737 next generation or an Airbus 320. So an airline could come in and potentially lift this aircraft, buy two of them for the same price as you would get one Boeing 737. Now, I think that if they can pull this off, and they can actually do that with the same reliability, safety as is shown by the Airbus and Boeing, then I think this is a really, really cool thing. And obviously they will not, since they are going to have to certify this aircraft, not only in Russia, but under EASA and under the FAA, they are going to have to show that indeed it has the same quality and safety as these aircraft. And I've always loved Russian ingenuity and design, so I really hope that whatever caused this runway excursion here today is not something that is going to delay the certification further. The United Aircraft Corporation was projecting to have the aircraft certified in Russia during 2021. And what we're talking about here is the MC-21-300, which has the Pratt & Whitney engines. They are then later going to try to certify the MC-21-310, which is going to have Russian-built engines as well. And they are, in the future, even talking about looking into an even bigger stretch version of the MC-21 that could potentially carry as many as 250 to 300 passengers, then filling the kind of gap that has opened up in the market as the 757 and 767 is being, taken back. And that's what I had, guys. I'm guessing you guys have questions about this. As always, file them in below. I will try to answer as many as I can. And if you want to stay up to date with what's going on in the aviation world, well then make sure that you are following mentorpilot.com. Just go to mentorpilot.com. We write several articles per day about stuff that's happening. And also you can join the Mentor Discord server or get the free Mentor Aviation app. In the Mentor Aviation app, we're also compiling news from other news sources all over the world and putting them into one place. So if you want to make sure that you know all of the latest stuff that's happening inside of the aviation world at the tip of your fingers, then download the free Mentor Aviation app now. Have an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.